So let's create a new file, Android application project. So I'm using Eclipse IDE as our compiler. So application name, login form, then next, then choose blank activity, then finish. So automatic. Dito siya sa ato ang activity main. So may siyang default nga UI nga ni-create na project. So may text view nga let's say hello world. So in login form, we will be using text view, edit text, and login button. So if you can't find this, so makita ra ni siya diri sa Risk layout, then dara activity main XML. So we can drag views from here, from our palette, but today we will hard code it. So let's go to activity main.xml for each XML file. So since we already have our text view here, so ato na ni-edit to get to what we want sa atong account. So this text view, ato ni mong title. So as you can see, so ang text na niya is a hard-coded string. So this string, you can find it here in the values and strings.xml. So we will delete the whole text, then for our title, so let's use fishbook as our title for this login form. So fishbook. So our title, we will place our title not in the middle but in the upper part of our parent view. So by the way, we are using relative layout. So this is the default layout when you create an Android project in Eclipse. So basically this is a invisible container that organizes our views. So wrap content, okay na. Height, okay na, good na. Center horizontal, okay. Vertical, let's ito ning kuan. Ito inilisan siya og align parent top. So align parent top para nasa sa ibabaw ni align. So sa top sa imong parent. So ang atong parent view is kani si relative layout. So si relative layout mo siya ang kaning white space diri. So invisible na siya. So align parent top nasa sa ibabaw. And then nasa center because of this center horizontal. So let's bring it down a little bit. So let's put margin. So margin at the top. So let's try 100 dp. Then save. So this spot here is okay for me. So let's add some size on our text to make it bigger. So when you open the app, that's the first thing that you can see, the title of your app. So text size. So XML is more like HTML coding. So you describe your element, or here your view. So you describe what are the properties that you want for that element or view. So text size, so let's try SP. So for your margin padding, we will use DP, and sa text size is SP atong gamiton. Tanaw na to, okay na ba? So we can see here that our let's try to make it, let's add some boldness to the text so it will stand out a little more. So text style, bold, save. So next is, let's try to add some color on our background so we can distinguish the boundaries in our next views. So Android background, so when using a color, so use the hexadecimal value of that color, not the word. You need the hexadecimal value. So save. So here, this is now our color. Next is our edit text. So edit text. And by the way, let's add ID here because we will reference this later. To Android ID at plus ID title. So in creating ID, use meaningful names so you can distinguish it easily. So Android ID at plus ID and slash. This is the edit text for our username. So username, then the width, wrong, layout width equals match parent. So here we use wrap content because you don't need to match the width of this text view to its parent view. So here, ito i-match parent. So we will use match parent. So the difference here between wrap content and match parent is here. Let's save it. Oh wait, let's put height. Height equals wrap content. So this is our edit text and this is our edit text and this is our text view. So the width of our edit text, so as you can see, gikan diri pa doon siya diri. So meaning pag unsay width sa ato ang parent view, mao sad ang width ni text view kay from the word match parent, so ni match siya sa parent. Well, sa atong text view is only wrap content. So as you can see, the view, the width of our title of our text view. So from here to here. So from letter F to letter K. So wrap content basically kung unsa kataas imong text, ararasad ko to bang imong ang iyang, so example sa width, so ararapot ko to imong width. So sa height, wrap content again, so unsa sa siya kataas, so anarapot ng width nimo. While sa match parent is mong match siya sa imong parent view. So para makita niya na to, so let's add color. So on the right background, so let's add white color. So white is F. Save. Background, let's save, and then so now our IDE text is at the top, so we will place it below or under of our title. So this is a property of our relative layout. So let's call layout below of. So basically you're saying that IDE text is below of, let's call title. So you're saying that, so this code says that IDE text should be below of our title. So save. So look at this, so our IDE text is now below of our title. So let's add some margin here. So let's copy this decent space to separate our title from our IDE text. So here, so now our IDE text is from secretary siya sa atong match parent. So let's put some space here in right of our and left and right of our IDE text. So let's call margin left 30 dp and layout margin right, layout margin right equals 30 dp again. So equal spaces atong left and right. So here, so okay na. So next is let's add some height for this. Height on the right, layout height equals 40 dp. On the right layout height nana layout height. So let's add some height, let's say 40 dp. So it's a good size. So now let's let's put some hint to para makibaw ang user of unsay butang dira. Android hint equals is email or ato na Facebook, email or phone. So here, so let's add a little bit of height to 50 dp. Then our email or phone is very close to the leftmost edge of our IDE text, so let's add some padding so it creates a space. Layout padding. So padding left 20 dp and also up the right. Plus 20 dp also. So let's try to have a look. So as you can see, mas okay na siya kaysa kato ganina. Now let's add our edit text for our password. So let's just copy this one. Let's change the ID, change it to password, then change this one also to password, and this margin top so we don't want our password to be very far from our username. So let's put 20. Let's have a look. Here let's call our username. So we have now our edit text for our username and for our password. So next property that we will put at our password is the input type. So let's set input type to text password. So what does this mean? So let's run it to see what it is. So this is our email, so you can say you can type letters, numbers and symbols, and then our password, the input type is text password. So basically this means that whatever you type in here, they will hide it, so it will turn into dots. So that's text password. So next is our button. So button, so let's call button, and let's copy the properties here. they're almost the same property. So first is the ID, login, layout with match parent, so same, height 50 dp, same, background, let's try to change the color of our background. Let's use this color, a darker shade of our parent view. So below of password, so margin top 20, margin left, and then hint. So let's change this to text, because buttons we don't need hints. So login, padding left, input type, so wala na ni siya, then save. So let's see. Ta-da. So let's text color, so batay ang color combination there. So let's add some text color. So on the right, text color equals white. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. So here is now our login form. So text view, edit text button. So ito i-run. So here is our login form using relative layout. So email, then password, so that's all for today. I hope you learned something from this tutorial.